Appearance on Dion's Daily Dose does not imply endorsement from or by any candidate or guest. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by Dion Bergeron or Dion's Daily Dose are his own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of any guest. Material and information presented is for general information purposes only. The Dion's Daily Dose name in all forms and abbreviations are the property of its owners, and its use does not imply endorsement of or opposition to any specific organization, product, or service. If you'd like to support the show, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/Dion's Daily Dose.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dion from Dion's Daily Dose, and this is a special segment called Triple D Presents Face to Face with Dion and Shawn. As I said, I'm Dion.
And I'm Shawn.
And today we're going to talk about something very interesting, at least to me. I found it fascinating. Did you guys know that there's Vegas odds set for all kinds of things, not just horse races and, sports
Series.
teams, World Series, Super Bowl, not just that stuff, but also presidential and other races.
Yeah. For U.S. Senate.
There you can bet on all kinds of stuff. Now, I don't think these are the actual betting websites. I don't know. But these are at least where they show the odds. Now, we're going to start with, it's called interactive polls or poly market, right? And it's been interesting to chart the swing, the changes, because as many of you have heard, this little trial show that was put on, I don't think it had the effect the Democrats were hoping for. Let's show you what we mean here. So interactive polls, Polymarket, April 18th had Biden 45, Trump 43. So Biden was up by 2, allegedly. May 20th, Trump 52, Biden 42. So up by 10. A single month later, May 31st, post-conviction, Trump 55, Biden 39%. So a net 18-point swing towards Donald Trump. Biden 39, Trump 55. And you're familiar with this this polling, right?
Yeah.
They've been pretty on the money, haven't they?
For the most part, yeah. I think they got 2016 wrong. I was looking at it, but I think they got 2020 right. So, yeah.
Interesting.
But when somebody puts their money out, I think they're more likely to want to be correct.
Yeah. And that brings us to our next point, which is predicted.
Yeah, that's the one.
Predicted is they show, the odds, right? There's a thing on here that shows just over since May 29th, right? And it's got Trump 51, and it's marked in cents, right? I'm not sure exactly how this works.
I think how it works is you buy with the site, you can buy stock, and then you cash it in with it going up and down. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Interesting. So it's kind of like a stock market, but with predictions or polling data, right? Predictions.
Uh-huh.
But the predictions, the way they set the odds is through a whole host of behind the scenes things. Let's face it, Vegas bookies and things like that are generally pretty on the money because their money's on the line.
Yeah.
So I tend to put quite a bit of credence into this. So as of May 29th here, Biden 45, Trump 51. And then for some reason, May 30th, there was a big jump of 4 cents for Biden and a drop of 1 cent for Trump, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go day by day. But here we are, June 4th, Trump 51, Biden 47. Interesting. I want to tell you guys I want to show you guys a comment that is just what's wrong right now, and really in a nutshell. But before we get to that, I think this is an excellent, I guess, tool for people to look at and kind of see how sentiment is going. Because once again, when money's on the line, people tend to not answer so flippantly, or because you get those polls, right, that call and want to ask you a whole bunch of questions. We have no idea if people are actually being honest on these polls. I told them I voted for the abominable snowman one time, just because granted I was much younger, but you know what I mean? Like, we have no way of knowing.
Yeah.
But when money's on the line, that's a whole other story. So I want to show you guys something that is just, it really sums up the state of our country right now. You go to the comments, there are 107,600 comments archived, it says, and there are 138,392 comments. That's a lot of comments. There's your standard, and crybaby this and blah, blah, blah. But there's one in particular that I want to call your attention to. Okay. Now the name of the account is What's the Frequency? And it's 22 minutes ago. And it says, and I quote, "I'm a deep statist. I'm dispirited by Trump's wins in the Florida and Georgia courts. I can see why the Trumpers are celebrating. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care about anybody else." This person said, "Cheer up. You still have until January before the cadaver leaves office." That is Mrs. Chubana Sable. What's the Frequency replied, and again, I quote, "I'm not voting for Biden. I'm voting for the deep state that surrogates for him. Even they know he's not in charge. Even his deepest voter base knows he's not calling the shots." And that is truly, truly both disgusting and terrifying at the same freaking time. The same time. Why? Because these people are unelected.
Yeah.
They don't answer to you. They don't answer to me.
Hopefully there's not a lot of people like that who think that way. But who
They
knows?
got one like on that statement right there. I don't even understand. I really, really don't.
I don't either.
I really don't understand. And so here's another bet from, this is from Polymarket.
Okay. That's what I
Trump 56, Biden 36. So apparently $18,080,183 have been bet so far.
Wow.
And for Resident Ice Cream, 17.9 million. $17,905,615. Good God, man. I don't know. I have no idea, but I cannot genuinely understand how anyone could be in favor of unelected bureaucrats running this country.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, a shadow government, a behind the scenes, you call them what you want. The shadow government, the cabal, the deep state, I mean, whatever. Ultimately, it's a group of people that are making decisions and they're not accountable. They're not responsible because we don't even know who they are.
I wonder if that person is anti-Trump, so anti-Trump that maybe that's why.
That's possible. And that's another thing, that some people are so rabidly anti, orange man bad, to the level that they are willing to let shadowy figures control things while they parade this walking corpse on the stage, because at least there's no mean tweets. Dude, insanity. That's the level we're at in this clown world. I cannot believe this is reality. I really can't. Like a few short years ago, we were the envy of the world once again.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why people want to flood to this country. We just talked about Biden's EO in another show.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why people flood to this country, because for all of its flaws, it's still the greatest country on the face of the planet.
Yeah.
But it won't be for long with that kind of BS. It really won't. I actually wanted to do a video on this all by itself, but I want to. Have you heard about the guy from what is it? El Salvador, the president? I'm pretty sure it's El Salvador.
I don't think I have.
So this guy was recently reelected, right? With a massive, like 80+% of the vote, like 80 something percent, 83, 85 something, right? Hold on. I want to show you this video because it really does sum it up. Let's see if I can. I'm pretty sure this is it. This guy is the absolute, maybe it wasn't that. Hold on. Let's see here. I can't remember his name. First of all, let's find out his name because it's important. So that this guy, okay, Bukele, Nayib Bukele, right? This is the president of El Salvador. Okay. He was recently inaugurated. Okay. So this guy, where's it at? He jailed. Basically, there it is. There it is. There it is. Watch this. Okay. Oh, I gotta hold on. All right. I'm going to show you guys. The reason I want to show you this is because this is how you lead, man. Like, period. End of story. This is how you lead. And wow. Okay. I mean, absolute Chad. I mean, just alpha all the way. He orders a surprise corruption probe on his entire executive branch.
Wow.
Yeah. And then let me show you this.
And it's the Hindu Times.
This is from the Hindustan Times. And again, I didn't see this.
I didn't even hear about
this.
Yeah.
So he was recently reelected. And here we go. So wait, I think I did. Let's see if we can. Yeah, we don't even need the audio. So retroactively, you can read the subtitles retroactively and into the future. He's saying he wants the Attorney General. I forgot it wasn't in English. He invited the Attorney General there because the Attorney General is the only person, and his staff are the only people at this meeting that is not part of the executive branch, right? He's saying, I'm calling for, El Salvador president stuns cabinet with shock move. He tells the entire cabinet they're under investigation, right? Nayib Bukele, this is how you lead. Bukele is praised for unprecedented move. Central American nation El Salvador's president Nayib Bukele announced an unprecedented decision. Bukele gathered his entire executive branch, including cabinet members, under one roof. The president then told them they were all under investigation for corruption.
Wow.
Yeah. Hold on. The officials were visibly stunned and seemed to be taken aback by the announcement. Bukele said he doesn't want to be remembered as a president who surrounded himself with thieves. It goes on, but yeah. So what he brings up a former president that they had who was remembered as a good, honest man, right? And they said, we don't think he was corrupt, right? In fact, we're pretty sure he never stole a dime. But he surrounded himself with thieves. And so that was the point of this. He said, in 100 years from now, we're all going to be dead in 100 years from now, right? I bet you can't even name your grandfather's father's name. And like, you're looking around the crowd, right? They're like, they can't. No. I can't. I don't know my grandpa's dad's name offhand. So I know, my grandfather's name, but not my great-grandfather, not right offhand, right?
I know my great-grandfather's name, but because I met him. But yes, it doesn't usually happen.
Yeah, not usually. And especially one more generation gone, right? 100 years from now. He goes, it's not enough for me to be remembered as not a criminal. Mm-hmm. I want to make sure I'm not remembered as someone who surrounded themselves with criminals. Hugely popular. This is the country that had an out of control crime rate. El Salvador, man. And through sweeping arrests, he arrested gang members left and right and built a brand new maximum security jail for them. Did you see the video of them marching the guys along, bent over? Look it up. Let's see.
Could you imagine a U.S. president doing that?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the kind of leader, honestly, that's the kind of leadership we need at this point in time. Yeah. It really is, because we are out of control. We're a banana republic, unfortunately. Yeah. Now we are. Let's see here. Hold on. I want to bring this up because, let's see. El Salvador crime rate. Okay. So here it is right here. And it says here from Reuters, El Salvador says murders fell 70% in 2023 as it cracked down. That implies a homicide rate of 2.4 per every 100,000 people, which Villatoro said was the lowest in the Americas apart from Canada. It's even lower than here. More than 1,000 people were killed in El Salvador in 2021 and 2020, and over 2,000 in 2019, according to official data. Under President Nayib Bukele, El Salvador has experienced one of the most spectacular declines in violent crime in recent memory anywhere in the world. You don't really see that. Yeah, like you said, you're like, I didn't even know. Yeah. This guy is who to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, really pay attention to how he's doing things, because yikes, man. Yikes. And it's not like Colombia and Venezuela and these other countries. They didn't just ship them to the United States. They actually jailed them and charged them. And he came under fire for the jail being, basically crying about the meals aren't up to standard and this isn't up to standard and, it's not good enough and it's not this. These are murderers we're talking about. And we could go on and on, go on quite a tangent about what criminals deserve. For those of you new to the show, I worked at Indiana State Prison for several years, just shy of 7 years. And I was witness to substandard food that was served to people. And at the same time, I saw death row inmates playing Xbox and PlayStation.
That's crazy.
It's this crazy. I don't even know how to like two opposite ends of the spectrum in the same place. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. But yes, the reason I brought that up is because we've seen such a failure, not just of this administration, quote administration, right? This clown show and the deep state and all of that. It's ongoing, man. This country is riddled with corruption. It's riddled with behind the scenes bureaucrats. We need someone like that to come in and say, I'm bringing all of it now. Basically what we thought Trump was going to do the first time around. Now, I want to add a caveat to that because I've changed some thinking recently, and I think this would make its own video. But real quick, realistically speaking, right? And, you know, for those of you who believe in the whole 5D chess and Trump is still CIC and all of that, I don't know any of that, man. I don't know. What I do know is look at how the left still defends Anthony Fauci.
Oh, we'll see it.
We'll see it. We're going to cover it. But look at that and tell me that it could have gone a different way. And I really start to go, maybe, just maybe, there are things happening that really did, quote, have to be this way. I don't know. I think there's a deeper conversation to be had there because there's some interesting stuff happening, but more importantly, the destruction of the old guard in real time is something to behold. I will say that because you see with P. Diddy and these other Hollywood people, they're turning on each other and it's glorious. It is glorious to watch. And there are those that believe that all of this is just a show anyway. And that all of these so-called dregs of society and evil people have already been taken care of. Were taken care of years and years ago. I don't know about that. What I do know is there's some wild stuff happening.
There is
some wild stuff happening. And look at what is happening before your eyes at some of these universities, right? The Pride Parade in Philadelphia. Did you see that?
I did not.
Pro-Palestinian protesters confronted and blocked the Pride Parade. I think it was in Philly. It was somewhere on the East Coast. Now I want to look it up so that I can get the name right. I just want to make sure I got the place right.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Let's see. Hold on. Yeah. Pride Parade, Palace. Yep, here it is. Okay. Philadelphia. Yep, it was Philadelphia Pride Parade. So, anti-Israel demonstrators. That's what they call them. Anti-Israel demonstrators. Seen on video bringing Philadelphia Pride Parade to a halt. Protest by Queers for Palestine Philly blocks Philadelphia Pride Parade. And the reason I mention that at all is because the left always eats itself.
They do.
They just do. It's inevitable. It always crumbles. So it's going to be a wild ride from here to November. I truly believe that.
And even after November.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, fingers crossed, fingers crossed we can restore some degree of accountability and transparency so that the deep state is not in control. But we'll see. But yeah, I agree. Even beyond November, as a matter of fact, it might just get even more interesting post-November. We'll see. I don't know, but I hope you guys will tune in. We got a whole lot of interesting things coming up, and it's going to be a wild ride. Strap in. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it. Talk to you again very, very soon. God bless you. God bless Indiana, and God bless the United States of America. Hope you have a great day, morning, evening, whenever you're having a chance to watch or listen to this.
If you'd like to support the show, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/Dion's Daily Dose. This has been Dion's Daily Dose, hosted by Dion Bergeron. Executive producers, Shawn Holmgren and Michael Beebe. Copyright 2024.